Let me share something with you today I keep noticing recently. The lines between data jobs are disappearing. Let me explain. Data engineers, data analysts, data scientists, for years, these were three separate boxes. Different skills, different people, different lanes. That's breaking down right now, slowly but surely. It's going to break down, and it's not a bad thing at all. It's actually one of the most exciting shifts I have seen in the data field. It's not 100% yet, but it's slowly shifting into one giant role. Let me walk you through it, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. First, a bit of history so that makes sense. In the early days, the data engineers did a lot. The technical work, yes, but also the business side, end to end. One person understood the whole thing, from the raw source all the way to what it meant for the company. We all know that, right? You as a data engineer, you were wearing different hats. Sometimes you are a data analyst, sometimes you are a data engineer, data scientist. That's in early stage. So then it got complicated. The technical side kept growing and growing. It was too much for one person. So the role split, okay? The data analyst stepped in and talk the business side, working with the stakeholders, building reports, explaining the numbers. However, the data engineer got pushed into the technical corner, just getting the data into the platform so the analyst could use it. And later, the data scientist showed up to build the models and do the heavy math. So we have three boxes, three lanes. Everyone stayed in their own corner. And here's the interesting thing. AI is helping a lot to collapse those walls. So the technical work that used to eat the data engineers whole week, AI handles a big chunk of it now. So the data engineer suddenly has room to go back to the business, right? Back to the full end-to-end picture. But watch what happens, because this is the part people miss. If the engineer is moving back towards the business, what does the data analyst do? Simple. The analyst moves the other way. So the analyst cannot just live in the business and the reports anymore. Now they need to go deeper, understand the source, understand where the data actually comes from, end to end as well. And the data scientist, same story. They cannot just sit with the model. They need to understand the data underneath it. The pipeline, the business question, all of it, end to end. Do you see what's happening here? Everyone is moving towards the middle. Everyone is learning everyone else's job. Let me pause here for a second before we continue, because this is exactly what I help people figure out. When I started, I was basically doing manual data work, the kind of things analysts might do. And over time, I switched into engineering. So I have lived the crossover myself. I had no guide back then. I figured it out the slow, lonely way, the hard way. That's why I do one-on-one coaching now, to be the guide I never had. If you are trying to grow into the end-to-end role and you don't want to do it alone, the link is in the description. Book a call and let's figure it out together. Okay, let's keep going. So here is the big picture. The data engineer who never touched architecture, now they need to learn it. The data analyst who only lived in the business, now they need to understand the source. The data scientist who only cared about the model, now they need the whole pipeline. Everyone is learning the other person's skills. Everyone wants to understand the full journey, from raw data all the way to real impact. And here is the question people get scared by. If everyone can do everything, won't there be fewer jobs? It's the opposite, because the pie is getting bigger, way bigger. When everyone understands the full picture, they collaborate better, they build faster, they take on more, and companies want more of all of it. More data work, more AI, more people who can actually connect the dots. The demand isn't shrinking because the roles are blending. The demand is actually exploding because the work is finally getting done properly. There is room for everyone here. There is abundance. The field needs all of us, and I see it every day. Now, I'm not saying everyone becomes exactly the same. That's not it. You'll still have your strengths. The engineer will be sharper on systems. The analyst will be sharper on the business. The scientist will be sharper on the models, right? But the base is becoming shared. Everyone understands end to end. Then you add your special edge on top. Think of it like this. Same core, different specialties. Everyone speaking the same language, just with their own accent, okay? That's what makes the collaboration so powerful. When the engineer understands the business and the analyst understand the source, we stop having those painful handoffs where everyone blames each other. The work just flows. So here is what I want you to take away. The boxes are breaking. And that's good news for you. Wherever you are right now, engineer, analyst, scientist, the move is the same. Learn end to end, understand the full journey, pick up the skill next to yours. Don't be afraid that everyone's learning everyone else's jobs. Be excited because the field is getting bigger and it needs people who can see the whole thing. The future doesn't belong to one person who's stuck in one box. It belongs to the people who understand all of it. This is very obvious. I see it every day. And if you want help getting there, you don't have to figure it out alone the way I did. Book a call with me. We can discuss that and maybe we can work together. And a quick one before you go. I'm curious. What are you today? Engineer, analyst, or scientist? And which skill are you trying to pick up next? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.